Do your finances make you want to run and hide? Are you someone that has receipts all over the place and you still are finding that you are missing out on money inside of your business? This video is for the solopreneurs that are just feeling lost and overwhelmed about what are going to be the next steps that they need to do inside of their business. And most importantly, my goal is to help you with feeling a little bit more confident in facing your numbers so that you can actually run your business like a boss. Today, I'm sharing simple and relatable tips to help you understand how to love your numbers and how to kill it in 2025. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi, my name is Jessie. I have 15 years of experience in the event industry. And here on Green Eyed Ambition, I love talking about all of the unsexy things about entrepreneurship so that you can grow and exceed in your event industry business or service-based business for those of you that are not in our industry. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so that you're able to stay in connection with this community. And don't forget to leave a message if you really are feeling stressed with your finances inside of your business. Believe me, you are not alone. There is no judgment. We have all felt this way, and believe me, I have felt this way multiple times inside of my entrepreneurial journey. So let's get into the topic for today. The first tip that I want to give you so that you are not feeling overwhelmed is that you want to make sure that you are having a monthly money date to face your numbers. I know that we can be going, and sometimes we're just feeling like we don't have the time. But this is something you want to make the time, because what I find is that when we're not making the time, we will find ourselves in a position of spending more money on suppliers or supplies that we do not know is costing us more. And we'll find that we aren't really making as much money as we think we are if you don't make this date. So put it on your calendar. I think the best thing to do is have it as a standing date where you're just going to pull open your books, look at your receipts, organize things, and really just start to embrace what is going on inside of your business. Because regardless of what's going on, you can always make it better. But the longer you avoid it, nothing is going to change. I do have a quick tip for you on this is you may want to think about having somewhere that's going to be welcoming for you to do this, maybe even a coffee date with a friend. If you aren't in the place right now in your life that you can have a bookkeeper, have some place that you feel comfortable and that you're allowing yourself to not feel overwhelmed, because sometimes the space alone helps us with feeling more comfortable with facing this. So think about how you can get excited about this instead of dreading it. And the first time, it may not feel that exciting, but the more you get consistent with this behavior, you will be able to start feeling more comfortable with making time to embrace your numbers. The second tip I want to give you is to use a tracking system to help you. I recommend QuickBooks to all solopreneurs and business owners of a certain size, because there is a QuickBooks Online Simple, and then there's also one that is a mobile version. With the QuickBooks Self-Employed version, it will do mileage tracking, which can sometimes be one of the biggest expenses that we are not taking advantage of in the event industry. Think about how many trips you've made to Costco and Restaurant Depot, or to get party supplies, or to go to the party rental location, or to go and get linens. Every time you're in your car for business, you want to be tracking it. So this is why I recommend that you want to simplify how you're tracking your finances, because sometimes what makes us feel overwhelmed is because we're having to do the tracking manually, and we're just like, all these numbers, all these receipts, I just don't know what to do. If you're using a platform like QuickBooks, you can have it integrate easily into your invoicing system. It can integrate easily into your bank card. So when you're swiping your business, keyword business bank card, you can easily, right on your app while you're watching TV on a Saturday or Sunday, you can swipe, is this personal? Is this business? What categories? It makes life so much more easier for you when you're using a platform like QuickBooks. If you're not currently using QuickBooks, and you want to see what it's like, I do have a free trial link that will allow for you to look inside, but also save money. I know you're saying to yourself, Jesse, do I really want another subscription? I was speaking to a private chef that was like, yeah, I just dropped it. But then the reason why we had a conversation was because during tax season, she posted on her Instagram stories a big grocery bag full of receipts. And I was like, that has to suck. And she was like, well, this is how I keep track of my receipts. I'm like, or you could use something that's going to make it easier, because chances are every receipt that she used in her business that year is probably not inside of that bag. And she's probably also lost some mileage and some other things. So when you think of this subscription, here's what I challenge you to think about. This is a business expense that you get to use to keep track of other business expenses that help you with saving money and making sure you're reducing your tax liability inside of your business. So I'm pretty much saying get the app. The next tip I want to recommend to you is to set clear financial goals. Let's talk about what that looks like. Setting goals should be able to help you understanding where your business is going. You want to have an understanding of what are some of realistic goals you can set inside of your business for revenue. You want to be able to set goals for either reducing some of your expenses or improving your profit margins. I will make sure to have a link here for the video when I was talking about SMART goals, because setting clear financial goals is a part of you setting SMART goals. And we want to make sure that we are tracking our progress forward, because if we're just feeling so overwhelmed by the numbers, so we're avoiding to see how much money we're making, we're avoiding keeping track of our receipts, all that is happening is that you are not addressing what can potentially be happening inside of your business. If you find that you're not really making as much money as you think, you can change that. You can improve that. But if you are not present to it, it's happened to me in my business. We were making a lot of money, but I had added extra team members. I had added some extra things inside of our operating expenses. And I was like, why does it feel like we're bringing in more money? However, I don't feel like it's just sitting in the bank account. What's going on? I then was present to the fact that the extra people I brought on was sucking up the extra profit that I had. But it didn't take years for me to realize that. It only took me a couple of months, because I was like, okay, this is what my expenses are. And then what I did was I challenged myself to try to increase my prices to offset some of that. And I was able to shift some of the structure inside of the business so that it made sense. And we were able to address it, because the first month it happened, I was like, okay, what's going on? The second month, I'm like, what can I start doing to make a change? And the third month, we were able to actually increase prices to help offset and set goals to help with making sure that we were still making the type of money that we needed to make. So it will allow for you to acknowledge when things may not be going right, but it also will be able to help you with celebrating small wins. So if you set milestones, so if your goal is to make 200,000 this year, or your goal might be to just make 100,000 this year, depending on where you are in your business. The only way you move towards that goal is to really start to celebrate the wins and to set goals that allow for you to be inspired. If you have never had a year where you made over 100,000, but you're like, this is going to be the year I make 1,000,000, I am not saying that that is not possible, but there needs to be a plan and a strategy behind it so that you feel encouraged. Because what happens is, just like the New Year's resolutions, people quit before we even hit February, not because they didn't want the goal, it's because they were starting from point A and they were expecting to get to point Z all within 4 weeks. And it doesn't happen this way. So you want to make sure you're creating milestones so that you can understand, am I hitting my goals? What do I need to do to adjust so that I can have better success? When setting these goals, you can use something like a spreadsheet. You can use a dry erase board. That's why I have my dry erase boards here, is because I like to weekly just go in and I like, oh, this is where I'm at. this is where I'm at. And it just excites me. You have to know what excites you. So if you ever wonder, like, why are these dry erase boards behind Jesse? It's because I like to monthly keep track of where things are going so that I feel inspired, because you are your own hype man. So how are you going to keep yourself hyped? All right. So you see, loving your numbers is totally possible with the right systems and mindset. Remember, stop avoiding what is happening, because you can always turn it around. Your numbers are not your enemy. In fact, you facing them can be your superpower, and it will allow for you to succeed and excel in the goals in which you've set for yourself. So if you found this video helpful, please comment below and let me know one financial goal that you're going after in 2025. And don't forget to check out QuickBooks, and I will have that link below. As always, continue to grow and glow forward. Peace.